Beneath the northern skies, where silence stretches across endless horizons, lies one of the last great wildernesses on Earth. Canada. A land where nature still reigns supreme, sculpting a world of untamed beauty, from the whispering pines of the boreal forest to the icy peaks of the Rockies. Canada's landscapes seem carved from dreams and shaped by ancient forces. Vast, remote, and astonishingly diverse, this country is not merely a collection of provinces. It's a living ecosystem, breathing through its forests, rivers, and wildlife. Here, the rhythm of life follows the turning of the seasons. Winter arrives with its white stillness, painting the land in snow and silence. Summer awakens the rivers, the forests hum with life, and the air is alive with the songs of birds migrating under golden skies. In the far west, the Rocky Mountains rise like colossal guardians of stone. Their jagged peaks pierce the clouds, cloaked in glaciers that gleam like silver under the sun. Beneath them, valleys cradle turquoise lakes so vivid they seem unreal. Here the air smells of pine and cold stone, and the cry of an eagle echoes between the cliffs. Elk wander through misty meadows at dawn, while black bears forage by streams glittering with snowmelt. Every scene feels like a painting, but it's all real and alive. Further north, beyond the last towns and roads, begins the boreal forest, an ocean of green stretching thousands of kilometers. It's the largest untouched forest on the planet, home to moose, wolves, and countless species of birds. Here the scent of spruce and fir fills the crisp air, and rivers flow like veins of life through the wilderness. The forest is not silent. It breathes, it speaks in the rustle of leaves, in the drumming of a woodpecker, in the distant howl of a wolf calling across the night. When autumn arrives, the transformation is almost magical. The leaves turn to fire, crimson, gold, and amber, as if the earth itself is burning in color before surrendering to winter's chill. In these brief weeks, the forests become cathedrals of light, and the mountains reflect their brilliance in still waters. For many, this is the soul of Canada, fleeting beauty, endless space, and the quiet reminder that nature moves in cycles, untouched by time. To the east, the maritime provinces embrace the Atlantic, rugged coasts where cliffs meet the roaring sea. Waves crash against red sandstone and granite, sculpting arches and caves over centuries. Lighthouses stand lonely against the wind, watching over whales that breach offshore. In Nova Scotia and Newfoundland, fog drifts like a living ghost, softening the world into shades of silver. Puffins nest in the cliffs, seals rest on rocky beaches, and fishing boats dance with the tide as they have for generations. But perhaps the true heartbeat of wild Canada lies in its north, where the tundra begins, a realm beyond trees, beyond comfort, beyond the ordinary. In the Yukon and the Northwest Territories, the land stretches to infinity. Caribou herds migrate across open plains, following ancient routes written in instinct. The northern lights dance above in curtains of green and violet, rippling across a sky so vast it feels otherworldly. There's a silence here that humbles even the strongest spirit, the kind that reminds you the earth is alive and you are merely a visitor. In this immense wilderness, life adapts in astonishing ways. Arctic foxes change their coats from brown to white with the seasons, disappearing into snow. Polar bears roam the ice in search of seals, their tracks fading quickly under drifting snow. And in the short, brilliant summer, wildflowers bloom where the frost once ruled, turning the tundra into a carpet of color. It's a land of extremes, fierce and fragile all at once. Every region of Canada tells its own story, but all share the same truth. This country's wild heart still beats strong. Even as the world changes, vast parts of Canada remain untouched, places where the air tastes pure and the horizon has no end. As the sun sets behind the mountains, shadows stretch across valleys, and the forests fall silent once more. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying the ancient song of the land, a reminder that here, nature still holds the power and always will. In Canada, life thrives in silence and storm alike. Beyond its forests and peaks, the land breathes through its animals, each one a heartbeat in the rhythm of the wild. Across frozen bays, endless tundra, and restless coasts, survival becomes art, and every creature tells a story written in instinct, courage, and adaptation. High above the Atlantic, flocks of snow geese carve patterns into the cold sky. Their wings beat in perfect unison as they migrate thousands of kilometers, tracing invisible routes passed down for generations. Below them, seals rest on ice sheets that glitter under the pale northern sun, their dark eyes scanning the horizon for polar bears, silent hunters who drift across the frozen sea like ghosts of endurance. In the western waters, the Pacific roars with life. Pods of orcas slice through the deep, their calls echoing beneath the waves. These apex predators live in tight-knit families, guided by matriarchs who know every current, every hunting ground. Above, bald eagles soar over mist-shrouded fjords, watching the drama of sea and sky unfold, symbols of strength and balance in nature's hierarchy. Far inland, the rivers of British Columbia shimmer with a different kind of movement. Each year, millions of salmon return from the ocean to the same streams where they were born. Their journey is brutal, against rushing currents, waterfalls, and predators waiting at every bend. But when the first salmon breaks the surface, it becomes a spark for the entire ecosystem. Bears, eagles, wolves, and even the forest itself depend on this ancient cycle of life and death. The nutrients from the fish feed the soil, the trees, the land. A reminder that in Canada, everything is connected. In the Arctic, the cold reigns supreme. Yet even here, life finds a way. The muskox stands firm against blizzards that could freeze steel, its shaggy coat insulating it from the 40-degree winds. Arctic foxes dart across the snow, their white fur blending perfectly into the endless frost, while herds of caribou migrate through the tundra. Vast rivers of movement stretching farther than the eye can see. Above them, the northern lights flicker, casting emerald light over a world few humans will ever touch. Along Canada's vast eastern shores, the ocean reveals another side of wild beauty. In the Gulf of St. Lawrence, blue whales, the largest creatures to ever live, rise from the depths, their massive forms breaking the surface with quiet grace. Each exhale sends a mist into the air, a fleeting moment of breath in the cold dawn. And beneath the surface, another world stirs, one of mystery and movement. Kelp forests sway with the tide, sheltering schools of fish, sea stars, and curious otters who crack open shells with stones balanced on their bellies. These marine havens, unseen by most, are vital threads in the fabric of the Canadian wilderness. As seasons turn, the land transforms, and with it the lives of its creatures. Spring melts the snow, awakening the wetlands where herons stalk through reeds and frogs call out into the dusk. Summer brings abundance, moose wade into shallow lakes. Then comes autumn, the quiet preparation for what's to come, a golden pause before the long, deep sleep of winter returns. But even in the frozen heart of winter, the wilderness never truly sleeps. Beneath the snow, small mammals tunnel through hidden. The stillness is deceptive. Life continues, unseen but unbroken. To witness Canada's wildlife is to understand balance, not perfection, but harmony in motion. Here, nature doesn't just exist, it endures. Through storm and silence, through ice and thaw, life always finds a way to begin again. From the frozen silence of the Arctic to the misty rainforests of the Pacific, Canada is more than a country. It's a living masterpiece, painted in ice, stone, and green. Its wilderness tells the story of endurance and wonder, of creatures and landscapes that exist in perfect rhythm with time itself. In a world that moves too fast, the wild remains patient, eternal, and breathtakingly real. If this journey through Canada's untamed heart has stirred your curiosity, imagine what else waits beyond the horizon. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Living Planet.